Well, this is Don Black, Super Chemist. This playlist is called the Trump assassination, and we're going to go into what happened with the assassination. Okay, this is part one of that playlist. So let's first of all go into all Trump assassinations. Let's all realize that this is not the first assassination attempt on President Trump. This is actually the second attempt. Okay. The first attempt, I'm not going to look it up. You can go look it up. It's well known. Google it. There's pictures, videos, everything in the world that you can think of to prove that, this happened. The second attempt, I think, was when he was first president. Trump was president in 2016. I think like maybe a year after that or 6 months after that or something. I don't know. It was a kid, about 20 years old, a loner, blah, blah, blah. I think he got bullied. I don't know. But he went to this rally, convention, whatever it was, where Trump is speaking. And there's thousands of people, you know what I mean? Beforehand, he went to, he got his gun and he started taking gun lessons, how to shoot. Obviously, he wasn't that experienced. You know what I mean? Then he went to the convention or the rally or whatever it was, and he walked up to a cop and he tried to grab their gun. He was going to he admits it, he was going to take the gun and shoot Trump. This is a horrible plan. Obviously, as soon as he did that, the cop probably grabbed him, and then 10 other cops came, you know what I mean? And they took him to jail, okay? I think he's in prison right now, still, for doing that. And I never even heard, no one even knows about this because they don't want to tell you. But yeah, so there was already one attempted assassination, and the kid admitted it. And when he got caught, he admitted everything. You know what I mean? It was he's like, I was going to get that gun, and I was going to shoot the president. That was my plan. Stupid plan as it was. So this is the second attempt at assassination on Trump. Okay, the second one. All right. This guy, what is it? What's his name? Thomas something Cooks. I'm sure everyone knows the name by now. Whatever it was. But this Cooks guy, right? He's a 20-year-old kid. They found out he was actually stalking, at least virtually stalking, meaning not in physical form, but on the internet, stalking the president. Where is he going? Where his rallies? His itinerary for like 4 months. He's following him around. I don't know if it was. I don't think it probably wasn't in person. You know what I mean? It's probably, because that takes a lot of money. It's probably just on the internet. He left the internet footprint of him looking. Following Trump. Like 4 months. Then this kid. Now they want everyone to think that he's a lone gunman. Okay, so they want him to think everyone to think he's bullied and he was a loner and blah 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 blah. And you do have videos out there. You got one kid saying how he was bullied all the time, and he was a weirdo with khakis all the time, wearing khakis. I've seen like 10 pictures of this kid. I've never seen him in khakis yet. But, I mean, not camo, like army camos. I've never seen him in any camo stuff. Never, in none of these pictures. And then you got the other half of people, which I believe the other half. I think they're just lying. I think they're paying this kid off and the other couple kids to say how or they're just doing it so that they look more important. You know how Gen Z is. They want to act like everything about them is important and, whatever. Instead of just saying, oh, there's nothing innocuous. They're like, oh, he was big. Oh, he did this, he did that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that he had like 5 or 6 friends that he used to sit with at lunch. This is according to the counselor at the school, except for 1 year, like, you know what I mean, in high school you got 3 years. One of those years he was put in a different different classes. His lunch period didn't mesh up with his friends, so he sat alone for that 1 year. But the year before and the year after in high school, he had 5 friends that they would sit around at lunch. Apparently, they were all geeky type guys or whatever, but they wanted to label this guy as, he's bullied. We all know that one person that every person in the school was bullying, okay? And they're bullied 24/7 a day, you know what I mean? They wanted you to think that was the type of bullying that he was having. I don't believe that. You don't have 5 friends, first of all, if you're that person. Because that person that gets picked on all the time, they don't have 5 friends that they sit with at lunch, okay? That don't happen, okay? So logically, and I don't know I didn't see his life, I'm just guessing, but logically I would say he probably was picked on here and there because he was a geekish type person, he was an arrogant type person, you know what I mean? But I don't think that he was picked on, bullied like every second of the day. Everyone is bullied at one time or another in school, public school, you know what I mean? That's a fact. And a lot of the teasing or whatever isn't really bullying. It's just teasing. It's just, everyone gets teased. If you drop your tray, everyone's going to laugh at you and say, you idiot, blah, blah, blah. That's not being bullied. That's just normal behavior, okay? You dropped your tray, you're going to have some consequences. People are going to tease you about it. Or, you wear something weird that nobody else is wearing. You're going to be teased a little bit, But I don't think he was, there's no way I can believe that he was bullied like they're saying, like some of the people were saying. Half of them were saying, no, he wasn't bullied, he was just a weirdo a little bit. I believe this story that he was a weirdo, but he wasn't that much of a weirdo where everyone was just punching him every day, every second of the day. But that's neither here nor there, okay? He did in 2021, okay, which he would be in high school at that time and couldn't register. He had donated $15 to a Democratic whatever, okay, Democratic Party thing, organization thing. $15 is nothing, but of course for like a teenager, $15 to donate to a politician, that's a lot of money, kind of. Then he registered as a Republican, but he had to have waited. If he's 20 now, he in the last 2 years would be 22. Okay, so he had to have registered after this Democratic donation, and he registered as Republican. Okay, my thing is, and I don't know. I mean, we know that he did. I've seen the actual paperwork. He did register as a Republican. We don't know what was going through his mind or whatever, but it looks like, okay, and I'm not saying just because it looks like it, that's what it is. Looks like he was a Democrat, okay, and then right before his assassination attempt, he went out and I've been trying to find, if anyone knows, when did he register to be a Republican? So if he registered to be a Republican as soon as he was 18 years old or like 6 months later, then it doesn't really mean as much. But if right before, like 6 months before he goes to do this assassination, he registers as a Republican, that makes me think, he's already 19 and a half or whatever, almost 20. That makes me think, and he's right before the shooting, makes me believe that he lied, and he's just making it so he doesn't want to put any stress on the Democrats. He's going to go say he's a Republican, then go shoot him. That's what it makes me believe. But I don't know when he registered. If anyone knows when he registered to be a Republican, please let me know. I would like to know that. Because especially if it was like 2 days before the shooting, obviously he did it for a reason other than he's a Republican. Okay? So he's a terrible shooter. He can't get into the gun club because he sucks as a shooter. He goes to the gun range, the public gun range or whatever, for, not school. He sucks there. And then he's basically just a regular kid. He's not he has zero media presence, okay? He was on something called Discord, but I guess he didn't use his his account for several months, and if you don't use it for several months, they automatically delete it automatically. So he has no social media presence. That a 20-year-old with no Facebook, no whatever, that is strange. Okay, that is very strange in itself. But he was a gamer. Okay, and on one of the gaming sites, he did say right before, like a week before the assassination, he did say January 13th or whatever it was. He said the day. He said July 13th. I think that was the assassination, right? He said something's going to I'm going to do my premiere on that day, July 13th or whatever it was. I'm going to do my premiere, and it's going to be, outrageous or something. I can't remember the exact words, but it was something to the effect that, hey, I'm going to do something on July 13th. He didn't mention the president. I'm going to do something, and it's going to be spectacularly, big. You know what I mean? I can't remember the exact words. There's only two sentences or three sentences or whatever. And that's so far, the only proof that, he knew it was whatever. So this kid, he's got a 10-foot ladder, okay? He's got a gun, and he's got a rangefinder. All right, so what's a rangefinder? A rangefinder is something that's about the size of a small binoculars or smaller, and you look through it, and it has a laser sight on it. A laser on it. The laser. It's just like one of those temperature things where you got the laser, and you point the laser at the object, and it bounces back, and it, depending on how hot or cold that object is, it'll change the light that you bounced off. And then your digital display tells you the temp. This is the same thing, except it's using speed instead of heat. When you point your laser out, the laser goes out, the light bounces off of whatever it is, comes back to the binoculars, and then the computer in the binoculars figures out how long did it take that light to get there. And if they know how long it took to get there, because they know the speed of light, they'll know the distance. And the distance will come up on the binocular display, like, oh, it's 150 yards. And then they can know how to, when they do their gun, they're shooting, they can adjust their gun for their distance. You know what I mean? If your distance is a half a mile compared to 100 feet, you're gonna adjust something on your sniper gun. So let's see what we got here. Now, first thing I want. So first of all, 2 hours before the event, before Trump's talks actually talk, okay, 2 hours, he's walking around and he's got this rangefinder and he's got a backpack, okay. Now, any sane person, this kid has no priors, no criminal, I've been a criminal. I know a million criminals. All my friends, most of my friends my entire life have been criminals, okay. And let me tell you, when you're 20 years old and you've never done a crime in your life, going to go shoot the president and murder someone, that is going to, you're not going to be calm, cool, and collective about it, okay? Like, what the heck? You're definitely not going to take your rangefinder and put it in your hand and say, hey, everyone in the crowd, I have a rangefinder, and then walk 30 more feet to more people in the crowd. Hey, everybody, look, I have a rangefinder. Hey, everybody, yeah. People use this to shoot people and assassinate people. I got this. Looky. Now, this thing is the size of a binoculars. He could have put it in his backpack. Why would he carry the rangefinder around with him? He knows he's not going to take the shot right in the middle of a crowd. He's going to wait till he's up on the roof. He already knows that, right? Because he already bought the ladder. He got the 10-foot ladder there. Okay, and I'll bring it, because they keep saying it's a 5-foot ladder. It's not a 5-foot ladder. I've seen pictures of it. Leaning against the fucking wall, during the fucking whatever, okay? It's a 10-foot ladder. I can tell because how many stairs there are. A 5-foot ladder has a definite number of stairs. There's like 4 or 5 or something, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Then you get a 10-foot ladder. They have 10 or, they have a lot more stairs. Okay. I'll see you on the next, running out of time. See you on the next video.